It's football season. We're in your suite. There's a game between Washington State and Oregon State that's about to take place. The Pac-2 championship game, or the Pac-12 championship game, part one.
Okay.
How is it going? How are you feeling about the football season and things in general?
Well, I mean, the football season hasn't gone real well for OSU, but I'm hopeful. I really am. Just had a wonderful breakfast with President Cantwell, so I continue to think of Washington State as our sister in it's a wonderful sisterhood,
Yeah.
really, that we have. And so it's a friendly game, but one that we intend to win.
Yeah.
So I've got my fingers crossed.
Yeah, people keep asking me, is there a rivalry here? And I say these two schools, if you go back 2 years, you guys were left together.
Yep.
How you can't hate each other. You were in it together, right?
No, we absolutely don't hate each other.
Yeah.
All right. So I had a really great partnership with the previous president, Kirk Schultz, and then Betsy Cantwell is a mechanical engineer just like
Oh,
me.
boy.
So I've known her
Yeah.
for years. And so we think in very similar ways about our own institutions. The institutions are very similar. We've been having really good conversations about how important land grants are. And they're a land grant, and so are we. And so there's a real natural affinity for our mission. And I think that's really central to the whole thing.
You mentioned the football season not going kind of how you wanted it to go. Your football coach was removed mid-season. That's never ideal. How did that go for you as you were you involved in those conversations, or how does that unfold in your office?
Well, I mean, of course, Scott Barnes and I always talk about these decisions, and I was absolutely a part of that decision making. I just want to say, first of all, how much gratitude I have to Trent Bray. All right. You remember when he actually, came in, it was just desperate times. I mean, Pac-12 had just melted down. Our previous coach had left. We did not have a media contract. There was the transfer portal opening up. So it was just a desperate situation. And he came in and he helped us out. And there's enormous amounts of gratitude for what he did. But for where we're headed now, we've got the new Pac-12 being built. There's, a larger leadership and vision role, I think, that we have to have because the opportunity is so big. And so it's not really about, wins and losses. Of course, we hate to lose. But there is the larger mission now in front of us, and that mission is really important. And so we had to go in and make that change. People ask me all the time, why did you change mid-season? I mean, I think we have to because we got to get set up and get going.
Yeah, there becomes a point where you need the momentum, right? For 20.
Yeah.
How important is that momentum? You've got new schools coming in. Those leadership meetings have grown. It was like a table for two, and now you've got Gonzaga and Texas State. And is it harder to govern when you have a bigger room, or how?
Yeah, I mean, dictatorships, I guess, are always
pretty good
easy.
when it was just the two of you.
Just the two of us and like-minded schools. I think that was, I mean, easy in a way, but the situation was so difficult. I think what's great about the current situation is we really do have a slate of schools that are very similar and similar-minded, and everyone is really hopeful for the future, excited about the future. We're doing something that nobody's done. I mean, look at this whole thing that we did. And so they're a part of that ideation and thinking about the future. We're starting with a blank slate. It's very, very different from anything anybody ever had. So media rights are going great. We've got lots of business ideas, how to build new streams of business, and we've got to build our rivalries and all the fun that goes with those. So there's all of that plotting and planning. I love those meetings. I mean, there's all the presidents come, we have dinner together, there are long conversations, there's lots of excitement.
You've been here, and I think back to when you arrived, you kind of walked into this.
Yes.
It wasn't ideal. It was, you had other things probably that you needed to be focused on. How much bandwidth did it eat up in the early part?
Quite a lot. I mean, first of all, just sort of figuring out the situation took a bunch of time. And then we were in this totally unique, uncharted territory. So, boy, in the early days, it wasn't even just my time. Our entire team was on it. And I'm not even talking about only athletics, though it consumed athletics entirely. But I mean, everybody, our legal team, our communications team, even academics, because campus was in an uproar because this happened, fundraising, alumni, legislative, everybody was on it. Yeah.
Some of the fans are frustrated with Scott Barnes. And,
Yeah.
they want to win. They want to win games, and they're looking at football and basketball. You've worked closely with him. How's he doing from your view?
Look, I mean, clearly, we hate to lose, right? I hate to lose. I mean, I hate to lose at anything. I mean, I hate to lose at tic-tac-toe and, let alone football. So we're all very competitive, and losing doesn't feel good. And it doesn't feel good to him, and it doesn't feel good to me. But when I think about Scott and Scott's role, I got to tell you, I don't know that there's anybody else who could have done what he did these last couple of years. All right. And so what I'm looking for is really the long haul. It's fine. We've got a season. We've been in enormous transition. We will figure this out. But the real focus now is how do you build for the long haul? And when I look at what Scott did the last couple of years, I honestly don't know anybody else who can see us through, this kind of building. So he's the right guy for the right moment.
I keep thinking back, it's you and him at Oregon State, and the AD and the president of Washington State are both gone. There's been turnover. The coaches, both football coaches, are gone.
Yeah.
How much rolling up of the sleeves was Scott Barnes doing as you are in the rebuild?
Oh my gosh, all the time. I mean, think about, what we did, right? What he did. We've got not just an uproar in athletics here at OSU. Pac-12 has fallen apart, all right? And Pac-12's funding has disappeared. Pac-12 has to be literally pulled apart. They go from 150 people to 30 people. We've got to get a new commissioner. I mean, there was a time when Scott and Washington State's AD were literally the people who were helping out Pac-12 go through this entire transition. So it wasn't just our athletic departments. And all the dimensions that I mentioned, I mean, legislative, alumni, student relations, government relations, everybody was doing these things. And so, so people think it's just about winning this or that football game. It's much, much more than that.
I wonder how much that took away from his ability to help Trent Bray. Do you think that was a factor?
Look, I think Trent was a talented guy for the time and the place. And of course, everybody's, time is limited. So then that could have been a factor. But I think Scott was paying attention, but his style, which is also mine, is to let our professionals do their jobs.
I recently wrote a column about Jensen Huang and Nvidia, and I'm sure you've thought of this, but why not bring him in on the hire? Why not get Nvidia invested in helping with the hire? Is there some kind of AI component that can be utilized by the athletic department here?
Well, I mean, so Jensen is the CEO of a $5 trillion company. 5 trillion. I mean, just think about it. This is probably the most valuable company in the world. And, he's got the tiger by the tail. All right. This is a fast moving world and lots of competition. So I don't know that football is the highest thing on his mind, though I will tell you that OSU is very dear to him. So I don't know that I would involve him in this kind of detail. I think that's really our job, and we ought to do our job right.
Can you use AI though? I mean, could Oregon State become the AI athletic department?
I think there's absolutely a role for AI in athletics, right? Of all kinds, and there are people already working on these things. Athletic data, for example, has a lot of rich information, and certainly we're entering an era where both college athletics and professional athletics will have plenty of AI in them if they don't already. So there's certainly that kind of role. Is there a role for choice of coach? I don't know. This needs to move very fast in the next month. So not yet, I would say. But even more than that, I mean, OSU has the opportunity to become the AI university in Oregon, all right, to be the source of AI knowledge and AI help and AI coaching and consulting all across Oregon. We've got the Huang Center coming up. It's going to be ready end of December. The big computer will be here early 27. We are plotting and planning every day to see what particular advantages we can bring to the
Where
table.
does your mind go when you think about that center? Because it has to be mind-bending for some people who have been here to see the cranes and to see the building and to understand what's going to happen there.
Yeah, first of all, it's coming up fast, all right? If you go down Monroe, you'll see that. And so we've got a new provost, and he is off, first of all, creating an AI plan for OSU, and there's parts that have to do with education, undergraduate and graduate education, so new kinds of degree programs, new kind of certificate programs. There's our big focus on economic development, all right? So we are determined to be the engine of economic development in Oregon, and AI and robotics, which is the other thing that we're really good at, combine together really well. I mean, AI is the brains of robotics, really, you know? And so we're thinking about how we can play that out. And then AI and all things Oregon and OSU, all right? AI plus oceans, AI plus forestry, AI plus agriculture. That's going to be our play.
How do you see athletics in that picture?
Look, I mean, you know, I'm going to use the old cliche, right? It's the front door, right? And you know, the thing that our fans should know is that I've always understood athletics to be deeply, deeply important to OSU's identity. There can be no doubt about that, right? And you know, the way our students engage with OSU, the way their parents, you know, Oregon generally engages with OSU is through athletics. That's where the excitement lies. That's where the connection lies. And so, you know, when I talk about OSU being a land grant university and how important our connection to our community is, athletics is a big, big chunk of that. And so I never forget that fact.
Teresa Gold is your commissioner in the Pac-12. My understanding is her contract, is it up? Are you guys talking about it as a group? What is her status?
Well, I mean,
feels like she's done a good job.
She has done an amazing job. All right. So, I mean, I can't reveal conversations we're having, but what I will tell you is that Teresa Gold has been such an amazing partner. And, you know, like Scott Barnes, I mean, look at the thing that she built. All right. It is truly amazing.
The expansion piece, it feels like there's a little unfinished business there.
Yeah.
What can you tell us about sort of the mindset? What's important to you as you look at additional schools potentially joining?
First of all, I think it's really important for us to finish the thing that we started doing. All right, so we've got our schools in place. We've met the NCAA requirements, so that's a huge relief. The building up of the Pac-12 to address the needs of the entire set of schools we now have is not a small task. You know, so if you talk to Teresa, she'll tell you. I mean, the staffing went from 150 to 30 or something, and now we got to build it back up to service all of these schools. And then, you know, and Teresa and all of us are determined that we be creative. All right, we are going to be the top, top 5 conferences. And what that means is that we've got to have the resources to do that. And resources mean not only media rights, but all of these new business opportunities that we're all looking at, Pac-12 enterprises, and so on. And it's going to basically take this year to do that. I mean, it's not easy to do. And so expansion's always on our mind. We're always looking for like-minded partners. But we've got to finish the meal that we've bitten off.
What did that feel like when you got to the NCAA threshold?
Sheer relief. Actually incredulity and relief, because, you know, who thought this was possible, right? I mean, when we first started thinking about it, it felt like a strange thing to be taking on and an impossible thing to be taking on, but it worked. And we pulled it off. And so we are safe now, and now we can think about creative ways forward.
I remember it was the start of the football season. You were just on the job, and I had a conversation with you on the phone about what the predicament you were in. It was a Saturday morning. It was not a time a university president wants to be on the phone. But you were a little fired up about it. And people were telling you, just go away. Just join another conference. Be happy with what you get. Why was it not okay with you to just go away?
Well, I felt that the thing that happened to us was unfair. I think all of us, university presidents particularly have to think about athletics in a broader way. All right, it's not only about money. I understand that money is important, uh, but in everything we do, we've got a job to do, and our first service is to our students. And I've always felt that, we are in a rural location in a small town. That was done deliberately. It was done with vision because people wanted to bring a university to a small town and serve agricultural communities. And, our students have a right to play and to be seen and to be appreciated and to have those chances, and to have this play out entirely on how many eyeballs there are and how much money it brings in felt to me really unfair.
Your husband, like you, is brilliant and aerospace engineer, right?
Yep,
Correct.
yeah, he
And
is.
with
Yeah.
a AI sort of bent to it. Now, I talked to him, and I gotta imagine the conversations you guys have over like a dinner are pretty high level. What is that like? What is that like? What are you guys talking about? Are you solving the world's problems, or
I wish.
what are you talking about?
We're probably just thinking about whether who cooked dinner and who didn't do it right, and who's going to do the cleanups. I think is mainly what we talk about. But he's right. I mean, Sanjay is a pretty fun and creative guy. He's got a lot of interests. AI is one of them. Music is the other big passion.
All right. So this football season, you got 2 games with Washington State.
Yep.
Do you foresee that being a thing if in scheduling, or do the Pac-12 teams want to play other schools? What I mean is, could there be a home and home, in 2026, given the number of schools?
Possibly. I mean, we are, only 8 football schools, so there is a, scheduling thing that they got to do. I'm not the big expert on scheduling, but if that's what is needed, and it's going to be fun. This is a good rivalry to have.
You, the athletic department went to the state legislature.
Yep.
In that last session, and I saw the state do things it never had done with sports. It invested in sports, not just with you guys, but with other projects in Hillsborough and Portland and other places.
Yeah.
Is that something that will need to continue?
I mean, we would really appreciate it if it could continue, because obviously, our current media rights are not going to be like the old ones. But the state also has a lot of challenges right now. And so, so those we'll have those discussions, but I can understand that they've got many, many priorities.
I wondered about that as, it became evident that coach was struggling. Can you fire a coach with the optics being, hey, we're on the hook for $1 million plus in salary, and then we're going back to the state to ask for money. I have to think that's on your mind too, as you go, okay, look, the optics of this need to look right.
Yeah, and look, at the end of the day, I mean, if we ever look for state support, it would be for students. We would never go there to pay coaches' salaries or any of that. I mean, and that's what the state really helped us out with the last time. It was really to take care of student athlete scholarships, because there was the sudden drop of our revenues. I mean, we're not looking to the state to pay coaching salaries at all.
The media rights piece has one more piece, maybe 2 more, 1 or 2 more pieces. It looks to me like there's probably 2 more pieces to it, but you get the first 2 pieces in with the CW and CBS. The delay on that, is it a delay, or is it just that we're more tuned into it? And does litigation play a role in this? What are the factors in your mind?
No. It's actually going really well. I can't say a lot in detail, obviously, but there aren't any issues with it at all. Everything I'm hearing is very positive and looking up, nothing to do with litigation, nothing at all.
Now, I was in this suite. This is your suite for the games, and it struck me. You've got like provosts in here. You've got forestry people in here. You've got dignitaries like Benton County commissioners and the mayor of Corvallis. And, not a lot of football being talked in the room. Very different, but there's not a networking going on around the sporting events. So what is that experience like for you? Because it feels like it's like when I'm in the gym and everybody wants to talk about sports. You're in here. What do they want to talk to you about?
Well, look, I mean, we do that deliberately. All right. I mean, certainly the people who come in here want to watch Beaver football, and that's an attraction for them. But an additional thing for us is to truly connect ourselves to our community, and we use this as an opportunity to do that. Now, you weren't here the last 2 times. The last 2 times were focused on some big things that we're trying to get done here, all right? So we are in the running for $160 million National Science Foundation proposal. So there's a site visit coming up December 1st. It's on semiconductors. And so we have 95 partners in that proposal, and we brought all of them in. All the big semiconductor industry people were there. And it's a chance for them to connect. It's a chance for us to connect with them. The governor was there connecting with them. And it's basically our way of saying that those partnerships matter. And it was the governor's way of saying that those partnerships matter. And so we use it that way. And so, today we've got a lot of veterans showing up. And it's our way of saying, this community matters to us, and to make sure that I get to know them and that they get to know me.
You've been here, a couple of years now. Is it 2 years?
3 years.
3 years.
Yeah.
And we've seen turnover, so much turnover with presidents around the country. What's your feeling of you started something here? I know that the engineering piece of this is important to you. Where are you on that trajectory of what you wanted to accomplish?
Oh, we're off and running. All right. So for me, how I spend my time matters, and what I spend it on matters. All right. And one of the big lucky things about Oregon State is we just have not seen the kind of roil that other schools have seen. Right. And I really do believe that a lot of it has to do centrally with our land grant mission, with the fact that we want to connect with our communities. We've been connected for a long time. We're in every county in the state. And and that grounding, I've come to understand, is really, really important. I don't think most people understand it, all right? I mean, there's all this stuff about MooU and Lunch Pail U and all. Lunch Pail is a good thing. If you're bringing in students here and giving them a chance and they're a part of the community, that's a strength. It's not a weakness. And so I've come to understand that. And so our strategic plan really focuses on that. It focuses on student success. It focuses on economic development. And even our attitude to research is that, yes, research has to be about big ideas, but they got to lead to solutions. They got to matter to somebody, right? And so as long as I've got that mission and that focus, I've got something really important to do. And that's what keeps me excited and pushed.
The vision for the Pac-12, the new Pac-12, where's it going in your mind? What do you see happening with major college athletics? People have talked about football splitting away, the NCAA, a lot of questions there. But where do you see this Pac-12 conference fitting?
Yeah, look, I mean, who knows, right? We know where we want to take Pac-12, but the larger story of athletics and football is in enormous roil. I mean, there's so much change going on. We want to be, as Teresa Gould has always said, we've got to be one of the top 5 conferences. And our focus is on student athletes success, and of course building strong athletic programs that catch national attention and catch national energy, and that's what we're trying to build.
It feels as though Washington State and Oregon State should compete at the very top of this conference.
Absolutely.
Is that what your expectation is?
Yeah, we have to be at the top of the conference. I think we're all throwing very significant resources into our programs, and that's exactly right.
Next coach, will you be consulted, or where does the president come into a football hire?
I will absolutely be consulted. I don't insert myself into the search process. That's too much detail, and it's a level of knowledge I wouldn't have, but Scott would have. He's well set up. He's got a great search committee. He's got a great search firm. They know exactly what they want. At some point in the process where it's suitable, I will definitely be called. But I depend on Scott. Scott knows what he's doing.
When I talk to people who are frustrated with him, I say, others that I've spoken with who watched you work alongside him tell me, no, she's got his back. He has her back. They work well together.
100%. I mean, absolutely have his back. And he has had my back for 3 years. I don't know if people understand that.
Yeah. Thank you for doing this.
Thank you for taking the time to talk to us.
I'm interested. I am interested in what the president's thinking. What are you expecting for this Washington State Oregon State game?
We intend to win.
Yeah.
I mean, they're good friends of ours, but hey, football is football.
Football, it's show business, not show friends.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's right.